All right, we're live. Hey, everybody. It's
Hey,
been a little while since the video from last, but we're here now, and I'm with my good friend and colleague Seth Pearson. If you
howdy doody.
hey, if you don't know who he is, you will, and if you don't know who he is, you need to. So go ahead and find
Thank you.
him. Connect with him, and he's got some really great content, some really great things to help you succeed as an entrepreneur as well. So, um,
Thank you, Christy. Likewise. Thank you so much. So
yay!
sweet. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for you.
I'm grateful for you too. I am
Thank,
so grateful for you.
thank you.
So that's kind of what we're all about this week is with
Definitely.
Thanksgiving, and everything. Um, and especially kind of in the situation that we're in right now
Yeah.
with the pandemic and all. We're gonna get into all of that stuff. But
Yeah.
first we want to just acknowledge that, well, first of all, today's Tuesday, but we call it Tuesday because
Tuesday.
right, we have the power to choose, whatever we want to, good, bad, and ugly, right?
Definitely. Oh, definitely. Yes, we do.
So we want to first acknowledge that it is Tuesday. It is Thanksgiving week.
Yeah.
Like we're talking about, we have the ability to choose how we react to certain things. Um,
Yes, we do.
and so with that being said, that was the next the next
Yeah.
segment, right?
Yep. I think that's one of the most amazing things about Tuesdays. I think every single day, we have the power of choice, but um, again, it just rhymes. Tuesday, Tuesday. It just rhymes. That's I think that's one of the reasons we call it that. But every single one of us has the power to choose how we react to things, how we react to certain things that happen, how we react to certain people around us, what people say, what people may say to us, how they may act toward us.
Mhm.
And we have the option to, either, act with, maybe negatively or, act in a more constructive way. And also with our emotions as well.
Mhm.
So, and I think with this being, Thanksgiving week, I think all of us, on Thanksgiving, we're taught to be grateful, So with this being, Thanksgiving week, let's always choose to start from and be grateful, to choose to come from a place of gratitude.
That's
Okay.
right.
So yeah, I think it's so amazing that we're all given free will. We all have the power of choice. We can't control any other people. We can't control other people, but we can control ourselves. And I think that makes us the most powerful beings in this world, because we have the power over ourselves.
Absolutely.
So awesome.
That's really, really good.
It
That's
really
really
is.
good. So, with that being said, we've got to have that attitude of gratitude, right?
Yeah. And it's so powerful. It really, really is. And not just on Thanksgiving. We're all told, yes, we go around the table and say what we're thankful for on Thanksgiving. Yes, that's wonderful. Okay. But how about figuring out what you're grateful for every single day of the year, not just on Thanksgiving, not just this late time in November. I know in Canada, I think it's some other day. They have a Canadian Thanksgiving too, but in the United States, so it's. I think it's just really important to think about. So yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so I had a thought that I was going to push out there for you, Seth, and it slipped my mind.
Oh,
Um,
it's okay. It may come back to you.
with what we're going through right now, I know we're kind of like families, wherever we are in the US,
Yeah.
we're not able to visit family. We have to, there are certain things that we have to kind of keep under our control, right?
Right. That's true.
Um, we might have some things that we're normally used to doing in the past, but
Yeah.
this year and maybe even moving forward, we won't be
Hmm.
able to. We have to kind of think outside the box, if you will,
That's true. You're
right?
right. Yeah.
And so it's just this week, and of course, the next week, and so on and so forth. We need to really understand gratitude. Um, Now, there is a difference between gratitude and thankfulness, but we're not going to cover that today because there is a difference.
Yeah.
So we're going to focus on gratitude because it's an action.
Right.
And also want to bring in how to create the gratitude. I mean, some of y'all might not know that there's certain, I mean, there's no rules to anything to this,
Right.
but to kind of help you get it set up,
Mm-hmm.
we have some ideas for you on how to set up your statements for gratitude.
Yes.
And actually, that's the next thing I wanted to go into is kind of
Yeah.
getting all that set up. So I have a certain way. Seth has a certain way.
Yeah.
We have a really cool activity that we're going to be doing here in just a little bit. So you kind of see the differences between how you can go about it. But everybody, no matter who you are, if you're a business owner, if you work outside, and if you work in an office, if you're in retail, if you're not working, if you're retired, doesn't matter who you are, what
Mm-hmm.
color skin you have, doesn't matter what nationality or religion or anything like that,
Mm-hmm.
you have the ability to have to be able to express gratitude.
Right.
And I recommend that for anybody. I don't
Definitely.
no matter who you are. Um,
Yeah.
so let's dive in. Seth, how do you do your gratitude statement? Like how do you construct, how do you put it together?
How do I put it together? Well, one of the things I normally start it with, I'm so grateful now that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And then I just add something onto the end of that. For me, it can be something that I currently have in my life that I am very grateful for, or something that has happened to me. I focus on a few things. I focus on what has happened to me in the past. I focus on what is happening to me right now. Okay? But then I actually also focus on some of the people around me and the circumstances around me as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I start it with, I am so grateful now that. Right? Now that, I have this, now that I, am experiencing that, whatever it is. So that's how I do gratitude statements. So
That's awesome. That's really
I say
awesome.
them, and I normally what I do is I'll write them down as well because that actually also makes it a lot more powerful. Not just saying it, but actually writing it down too, and actually speaking it into existence, but then also just writing it down so you can see it as well.
That's
So
right.
even more powerful. So.
Do you have a certain time of day that you do them?
I actually tend to do them more in the morning. Actually, I
Mm-hmm.
do them in the morning, and then I actually do them in the evening as well. In the evenings, what I focus on is when I do my gratitude at the end of the day. What I focus on is actually what conspired that day,
Mm-hmm.
in that day, and that's what I do when I do my gratitude statements in the evening. I mainly more try and focus on what happened during the day. So
Okay.
I
That's cool.
learned that day, right?
That's great.
Things that happened that day. So, but yeah, I always start them with, I am grateful. I am so grateful now that.
Mm-hmm. That's really good. And how do you feel after you say them out loud? And
Oh, jeez. It's what a feeling. Okay. A
yeah.
song from the 80s, What a Feeling. It is absolutely incredible what happens when you really focus on gratitude. You know,
Mm-hmm.
just but not just saying it, guys. That's the thing. We can say something till we're blue in the face. It's also more about feeling it as well. So that's what I also try and take it in consideration. I do some light breathing first, to kind of get myself into like a calm, centered um, point of being, and then I say these gratitude statements, and this amazing warm feeling comes over me. And it's like you feel it in your heart. You know, I think it was Tony Robbins actually who did some kind of gratefulness practice. And he told everyone to hold your hand, on your chest, hold your hands on your heart, and think of things that you're truly grateful for. And people just started crying, in the audience, and it was absolutely powerful and amazing to watch. You know, so yeah, it's incredible. So
So it's a human connection.
yes, it is.
Yeah, that's
It's
awesome.
it's amazing. What a feeling! I'll feeling blue in the face. I love that song. I love the movie that's from too. Flashdance. Y'all need to see it. Go ahead. So yeah.
That's awesome. That's really awesome. I do it's very similar to you, Seth.
Mhm.
I actually add in happy. So I say I am so happy and grateful now that.
Ah,
And
okay.
then I plug in like, and it just comes to me like I can't just think about it. I just okay, I'm so happy and grateful now that I woke up this morning or whatever it may be.
Mm,
It just kind of flows, and I write
yeah.
out 10 separate things that I'm grateful for, people or
Okay.
places, whatever that I'm grateful
Nice.
for every day. And it might be, I don't know if it's similar or not from the day before or whatever. I just don't remember
Mhm.
that. I
Yeah.
just write it out, and then I say it out loud 3 times,
Ah.
and then I do that in the morning. But I
Okay.
also do it in the evening as well. But I don't write out those. I just call out
Oh, you
those
just say them.
times. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So
That's awesome.
so yeah, so and I it's really interesting because you're in a place of present,
Yeah.
and when I am doing them, I have this like I don't know these body sensations, goosebumps, whatever you call them, goosebumps. You
Hmm.
feel a sense of warmth.
Oh yeah.
Feel like my spirit is protruding out further than my body, and
Ooh, love it.
it's like this energy that just pulsates. You know,
Again, what a feeling.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's
And what
incredible.
happens next after all that is so much more powerful because what you're doing is you're attracting these things to you.
Exactly. Mm,
So we're
love it.
going to do something really fun right now. If
Yay.
you have, well, everybody that has something right now that they're grateful for,
Oh,
we're going to
definitely.
encourage you to put down what
All
you're
right.
grateful for in the comments. And while we're doing that, Seth and I are going to fire back and forth 5 things, a piece of 5 things, people or places that we're grateful for
Yes.
right now. So you can kind of get an idea of how we both do it.
Yep.
Mine is different from Seth. Seth is
Mhm.
different from mine. And what's so cool about this is it's so unique that it doesn't have to be, it can be whatever you make of it to be.
Yes.
That's what's so cool about this.
So fun.
All right. So here's our gratitude activity. Are you ready, my friend?
I am so ready, and it's always ladies first. So
Okay.
first.
All right. I am so happy and grateful now that I am helping all my customers in my store.
Love it.
And you?
Love that. Uh, I am so grateful now that I have a roof over my head. I don't know how many of you know I was homeless for a long time. And the fact that I now have a roof over my head and I've had a roof over my head, it is just the most amazing feeling. So I am so grateful now that I have a roof over my head. And you?
I am so happy and grateful now that I have a car that drives nicely. And you?
That's important. That is important. Gotta get from A to B safely. Um, Alrighty. I am so grateful now that I have access to healthy food and clean clothes. I know there are so many people that are struggling right now during this pandemic, and the fact that I have access to food and the fact that I have access to clean clothes and food is just such a blessing. So I'm so grateful now that I have access to healthy and good clean food
That's
and
good.
good clean clothing.
That's
And
really
you?
um, I am so happy and grateful now that I have functioning internet.
Ah,
And you.
I love that. That's a good one. I love that.
So we said it. So that means that the internet has to stay good.
Yes, because we are grateful for that internet. Yes, that's wonderful. I love that. So I am so grateful now that I have met an amazing woman named Renee. I met her last year. I am so grateful to have her in my life. She is a wonderful friend of mine. And I treat her as I see her as a big sister, as an older sister to me, and she's kind of taken me under her wing as her little brother. So I'm so grateful now that I have met Renee and that she is a driving force in my life. And you?
That's awesome. I am so happy and grateful. And I'm not going to say now because it's been this way for a
Okay.
while. So I
Okay.
am so happy and grateful for my ability to think and my ability to understand and my ability to feel.
Ooh, that's deep. Love that. Oh,
Oh, and you.
that one gave me goosebumps. Ooh, I love that one. Um,
Which one are we on right now?
Number
4?
4.
That was 4? Okay.
We're going on to number 4 here.
Okay.
Um, I am also going to do one that is not a now. Well, it is kind of a now. I am so grateful. Mm, this is an emotional one for me. I am so grateful that whew, the COVID-19 touched a few members of my family this year. And the reason that I'm grateful for that and the fact that I have unfortunately lost a member of my family because of the COVID-19 is because of that it has given me more of a purpose. I now am more aware when I go out that I have my mask with me, that I'm able to not just protect myself, but protect others when I go out. And it has also helped me to realize that being grateful for your family, not just, the family that you make, but the family that you have. Your blood family, but the family that you make for yourself as well. So, yeah.
Good.
Whew. It's him and you.
Oh, that was good stuff. That was really good. Um, I am so happy and grateful now. Well, no, I'm not taking now in it because this has always been in it and it will always be. I am so happy and grateful for my freedoms, uh, for my for my freedom to think, for my freedom to not have to go to a job,
Ah,
for my freedom for financial, for my freedom for um, time,
mm,
for my freedom to be with my family,
ooh.
and our country's freedoms as
Oh,
well.
yeah, definitely. Oh man, these are deep. Alrighty. And my last one. Ooh, another emotional one for me. I save the emotional ones for the ending here. So I am so grateful that I had a traumatic experience 3 years ago inside of a homeless shelter. And the reason that I am grateful for that traumatic experience and the fact that I was inside of a homeless shelter wasn't just that it was a roof. Yes, it was a roof. I was grateful for that. However, the fact that because of that, it has now motivated me now more than ever to not put myself inside of that situation ever again. It has motivated me inside of my business. It has motivated me to be the person that says, yes, I know that, all shelters, are different. Some are the same, some are different. But the fact is, I never want to go through that again. I'm still dealing with that trauma on a daily basis. And I'm grateful for that happening because it has motivated the HE double hockey sticks out of me to force myself to keep going, to keep a roof over my head. Okay. So yeah, that's a big powerful one for me. I didn't cry. Look at that. So that's a big powerful one. So I'm very grateful for that experience that I had, and that I am where I am now as well. Whew.
Wow.
I think that was 5 for each of us. Oh man. Ooh.
So that's what you do. That's what you
Yes.
do, and we're kind of we're being personal here,
Yeah.
and that's the point. That's the point.
Yeah.
It's you're not going to probably express your gratitude to everybody, but we've
Right.
decided to do it today to show
Yes.
you what's possible, right? So
That's
um,
true.
just know that it's most likely a private
Hmm.
conversation with yourself that you're going to have.
Yeah.
Um, and a very powerful conversation as well. So,
Definitely.
that was
Yeah.
really good stuff. That was really, really good.
And that was
So,
great for you as well. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Got me all a little good. See again, what a feeling. You have to feel this stuff. It's
right.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're going to challenge you to do that,
Definitely.
and you don't have to tell us how you feel, but
Right.
uh, write it down on how you feel. Like
Yeah.
what feelings do you have when you're expressing gratitude? Do you feel happy? Do you feel grateful?
Mhm.
you know,
You
do you
feel grateful?
feel
Yeah.
do you feel powerful,
Mhm.
you're probably going to be having some very positive emotions instead of not negative emotions, but
Mhm.
you're going to be empowered. You're probably going to be empowered.
Yeah. And that's what I said. When I was saying, I would get emotional or I would cry.
Mhm.
It's not more of a sadness.
Mhm.
It's more of a joyful feeling,
Yeah.
a joyful emotion of crying. Because we
Right.
can cry when we're happy. I mean, come on here. And I'm the type of guy not ashamed to say that I cry on almost a daily basis. Okay,
Good thing. It's a
it
good
shows
thing.
strength.
Yeah.
Remember that.
Yeah.
Okay, it is not a sign of weakness.
For sure. Absolutely. Um, well, so we're left with final thoughts. Um, and I'm going to let you go first since you let me go first earlier in the conversation.
Oh well, thank you. Um, I think my final thought would be when it comes to gratitude. I think it is so important to not just be more aware of the things that you have right now that are positive for you, that you love, things that you enjoy, things that all of that. It is important to be aware and grateful of the things that you deem that are negative. The maybe negative experiences that you've had, whether they be traumatic, whether they just things that have happened that have caused some type of more negative emotion, like some kind of fear or anger or sadness. Okay, because it's important to realize that a lot of those experiences can lead to just amazing breakthroughs for us. They can teach us so many amazing things. And while it's sometimes not comfortable to stay inside of our negative emotions, you know, no one wants to stay inside of a place of anger. No one wants to stay inside of a place of sadness. It's not fun. Staying inside of those types of feelings. However, it's important to acknowledge them, okay, and acknowledge that you're here and you're on the other side of that. That you've gotten through it, okay, and that you're a lot stronger than you may think that you are, okay, and that is again also something to be grateful for. Okay. So those are my final thoughts.
That's great.
I'll let you go on that. So
Well, and it goes back to the very beginning. You have the power to choose the way that you can react or
true.
be proactive on whatever that you decided to do.
That's true.
There's a I don't know if anyone goes on Instagram, but there's a really cool guy that I follow. His name's Daniel something, and he does these little short videos. And he said, well, and the video title says, if humans or if people did things aggressively, or if they did something reactively, or if they whatever, and he just does these things where he's like, "Oh, I got a bowl of cereal," and it just goes real fast. People are just go do things with attack, basically.
Ooh, yeah.
So, so you have the power to choose how you present yourself to the world, or how you show yourself to the world,
I
right?
like that. Yeah.
Um, and some people do it on autopilot. Some people don't don't know that when they're like walking a certain way, or that they're just doing it completely on autopilot and not thinking about this. They have a choice on tiptoeing versus walking hard down the hallway or whatever you do. I don't know. You know what I mean? You have a choice.
Yeah.
You have a choice. And with that being said, you also have that choice of being grateful, of being thankful, of accepting others.
Mhm.
Um, so just think about that as you move forward this week, and think, again, whatever you're grateful for, write it down and say it aloud.
Mhm.
It's very powerful.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
so yeah. Awesome. Well, Thursday is Thanksgiving. Don't gouge yourself. What do you call it? Gorge. Sorry, gorge.
Gorge.
Gouge.
Gorge. Yeah.
Don't gorge yourself on too much turkey, but enjoy it.
And
And
if you're vegetarian, on tofurkey or whatever meal that you are having for Thanksgiving, and always remember to be safe. Okay.
definitely be safe. Be absolutely safe. And so we do appreciate you. We're grateful for you, Al, as well.
Yeah.
Um,
Always.
and we will see you next week with a brand new topic. We're gearing into the holidays,
Ooh. Yeah.
so there's a lot of good talk around the holidays as well. So
Of course. Yeah.
awesome. Well, everyone have a wonderful, like I always say, blessed, focused, and productive day and rest of your week. Enjoy your Thanksgiving with your family, or virtually or not.
Definitely.
Be safe.
Always.
And then, Seth, you have your words too.
And my words, I always say, always stay positive, stay motivated, and stay focused on your big dreams and goals. All right. Be safe out there, everybody. All right.
Awesome. Take care, everyone. Bye now.
Bye.